Okay, let's begin the SMGs, guys. The first is the C9, and we've got to do the 3 kills without dying 10 times challenge. So let's get straight into this. Oh my god, thank god. I wonder if it's going to pop up. Nope, just on the side. Okay. Okay, next in line we have the KSV. There we go. That's that done. Another pop-up on the side. Cool. Right, the third one we got to do is the Tanto .22. Literally cannot fucking get any progress on this shit. It's wasting my time, man. Get out of the way! Jesus Christ, man. It's absolute shit every time I go into a lobby. Thank God that thing's done. Okay, the next SMG in line that we have is the PP919. There we go. Thank God Thank God it's done. It just means I'm getting nearer to dark matter. Okay, the next SMG we gotta do is the Jackal PDW. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Right, on to the last one. And the very last gun we've got to do in the entire game, not just the last SMG, is the Compact 92. Oh my god, thank god it's done. Oh! My brain can actually try and recover. Oh my goodness. Right, well, now that we've done all 6, let's get to the video. Okay guys, so as you guys can see from the intro, we have now got Diamond on the SMGs in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and let's talk about the SMGs generally. Oh god, I nearly dropped my control if you heard that. And then we'll talk about the camos, because this is sort of like a camo guide as well. I do that with these videos, try to give you tips to explain how to do these easier. Also, I'll rank them from best to worst. So, generally speaking, the SMGs were actually one of the more easier weapon classes to do, because none of them were actually bad. I think all of these SMGs were solid guns, and they were much more enjoyable to do after just doing pistols and melees. This was actually exactly what I expected. I was leaving this one to last because it would be one of the more enjoyable weapon classes to do, and I was right. Obviously, it was annoying because of the lobbies I get into and the spawn system being completely fucked, but the actual weapon class itself isn't the issue, and so I actually, all things aside, did really enjoy doing these weapons, and I would say that the SMGs are something you'll probably want to leave to last as well, because they're just really fun. But if you've already done them already, then I guess leave another fun weapon class to last, like the shotguns or the assault rifles or something like that. But let's get to the camos and start breaking down how to do them. So obviously your standard military camos for every single weapon is to get 100 headshot kills, and obviously I'll get the general advice out of the way that I say in all of these videos, and then I'll also give you some slightly different tips that I've been doing recently. So as far as like the headshots go, right, most of the time I'll tell you guys to just stick an optic on there like a reflex, because that's actually going to improve the odds of you hitting a headshot, especially with some of these iron sights on these weapons being completely horrendous, either too flat or too bulky, and you can't really see down them very well. So actually improving your sights with a reflex is going to make it easier for you to actually land your shots on the head, which is a guaranteed fact. So obviously go for a reflex or something a bit more cleaner, maybe go for a more zoomed optic if you want to do that, and actually that can sometimes make it easier for you to hit the head because the magnification is obviously more zoomed in on the head, so you can see them a bit better. But also another thing that I usually say is you walk around a little bit more slower, stop pushing as much, try and play a bit more relaxed. So if you're walking around corners and you've got your aim pre-aimed at an eye level, you're usually going to hit the head. Now, another tip that I haven't actually normally given in any of these videos that I've kind of started to do a bit more recently, or I guess I've been doing the whole time, but I've never really picked up on it enough to bring it up. Sometimes you're going to ADS. If someone's in clear sight of your medium range or long range, right, you will obviously ADS in those instances and bring it up to the eye level to hit them in the head. But other times I've noticed that I find myself hip firing up close to hit headshots, and that actually works a lot better. So if you're running around on really small maps like Stakeout and someone's literally about to brush past you, or they're coming into your first view, or they're sliding and doing all this crazy shit, you don't have time to locate the head whilst ADSing. It's too much effort. If someone's sliding past you or doing some stupid bunny hopping, the first thing I usually do is immediately start hip firing, because with hip firing, the bullet spread is wider than if you're ADSing, of course, and it goes into a more confined firing rate. So when you're firing at the hip, you actually have a wider chance of spraying and hitting their head. It sounds weird, but it actually is the case. I usually find that when I'm up close and I'm hip firing around their general head area, it's guaranteed gonna hit the head. So that's another tip as well for any of you who are struggling with the headshots. But anyway, that's the military camos out of the way. So now let's get on to the special camos. And of course, the very first special camo we have is for the C9, and it's going to ask you to get 30 kills shortly after sprinting. This is going to happen without a doubt most of the time, because 90% of the time, 95% of the time, you're running around in this game, so you wouldn't have any difficulty with this. But as far as time intervals go, I think it's probably about 3 seconds until afterwards that it stops counting or tracking any kills. So basically sprint, get as many kills as you can in those 3 seconds if there happens to be more than one person around you, and that will be a quicker way of getting this done. The next special camo is going to ask you to get 50 eliminations with the suppressor equipped, and this is really simple. Stick that suppressor on your gun. It's going to be in the muzzle section, and you know, get straight to it. So these are really simple special camos for the very first SMG. And then we have the second SMG, which is the KSV, and it's basically just an AK-74U, let's be honest. But this gun is going to ask you for the first special camo to get 2 kills without reloading 10 times, and it's very simple. It just means do not reload the magazine at any given point whilst you're doing this. And yes, this will stack, so you can get 2 kills or 4 kills, I think, and it will still track as bits of progress. So let's say you got 6 kills somehow without reloading, I think that will actually track. But if it doesn't, and it is obviously individually talking, it's very quick anyway. You can literally get your 2 kills, reload the gun on purpose, do 2 kills, reload on purpose. You can do as many of these as you like in a life, and it's going to be really quick. So the second special camo is going to ask you to get 50 kills while moving. Again, you're going to be moving a lot of the time. You'll probably even find yourself hip firing while sliding, or, you know, ADS walking and shooting people. But if you do not happen to be getting those kills while moving, again, just make a conscious effort to actually be walking around whilst firing at people, that kind of thing. It will involve you going slower, but obviously if you ADS and kind of pre-aim corners where you know there's usually going to be a lot of activity, for example, if you're on stakeout, there's always that one side with the balcony of the map, there's always going to have people running down it. So if you're pre-aiming that corner and you're walking, that, for example, is a great way of getting loads of kills while moving. So anyway, now on to the next SMG, and that one is the Tanto .22. And yeah, the first special challenge for this weapon is going to ask you to get 50 kills while moving. So again, it's the same thing we've already just seen, it's just a lot more of them it's asking you to do. You already know what to do with that one. And the second one is to get a kill without taking any damage 30 times. So it's very simple. Do not take any damage. That includes getting bonked on the head with a tactical, like a stun or whatever, a flashbang. That can happen sometimes. Do not get any damage taken off you whilst you're hitting or killing the other person. Now, in the past, this would have been the case that, oh, don't take damage from the specific player that you're trying to kill, and it wouldn't matter if you took damage from somebody else before you kill this other person. But in this case, you legitimately do not want to be taking absolutely any damage off anybody whilst getting a kill on somebody. That's going to be the surest way that this tracks. Then again, I'm not 100% sure on how the tracking works with this, so it might actually be that you just don't have to take damage from the specific player you're attacking. But again, I would not risk it. Generally, that's all it's asking you to do. This is actually a lot more common than you think, and it will track very quickly. Then the next weapon we have is the PP919, aka the Bison, and this is a really fun gun to do actually, so this one shouldn't be too difficult. But the first special challenge for this is to get 30 hit fire kills. If you really do not know what this is, I'm confused what the fuck you've been doing this whole time if you didn't know what hit firing meant. Don't do any of this ADSing shit, just let it sit and spray. That's going to happen especially really quickly on the face-off maps, the small maps, Nuketown, all that good stuff. That is going to track really quickly with the hip firings. And the second one is to get 50 eliminations while the strategist combat specialty is active with the gun. So if you do not know, the strategist combat specialty is actually having 3 green perks on your weapon class. So on your weapon class, you'll have perks. 3 perk slots. All of those 3 perks have to have any form of green perk selected on them in every slot, and by doing that, it enables the strategist combat specialty, and that is really simple. You stick that on the class and you can immediately get into doing the kills. There's nothing you've got to wait for to kick in game, so do not worry about any special effects that need to be enabled before this starts tracking. It's literally just wanting you to put that on your class. For the next SMG, we have the Jackal PDW, the one that was kicking everybody's ass in the beta. striker, which isn't as good anymore, but still. Anyway, the first special camo for this one is going to ask you to get 30 kills shortly after sprinting, which again, I've already explained that this is going to happen naturally through actually just running around and shooting people. But again, for anyone who needs to hear it, there is obviously a short time interval after sprinting before it'll probably stop tracking. So about 3 seconds, I would say. And you're going to get this done even quicker on smaller maps. The other special camo is to get 30 point blank kills. So for anyone who needs to hear this, a point blank kill has to be a super close range kill, to be specific. So it can't be someone 12 feet away, 6 feet. Well, 6 feet, I think it will track. It basically means someone on the point end of your gun. That's what it means. So a lot of the time, if someone's brushing past you, running in front of you, and you spray them, you'll actually see the medal pop up on the top of the screen saying point blank. And it's kind of got this skeleton guy with his gun like that. That's what it is. It's someone being at your point end range of your gun. So doing that 30 times is going to happen a little more often than you think, especially on the really small maps. But if you're on bigger maps or normal core maps, this is going to be a absolute faff. I'm telling you now, go on small maps for this, because it's already bad enough on small maps trying to force point blanks to happen as it is. You have to make it a conscious effort to run up to people really close just to start getting the kills. Try to just sit on corners or sneak around walls where you know someone's going to run around and you're going to catch them off guard. That's the best way that I managed to do this. And finally, we have for the SMGs the Compact 92. And honestly, I feel like this was just a similar weapon to the Striker. If anyone remembers the Striker from Modern Warfare, that's what this one looks like. But the first special camo for this is to get 30 hip fires. So again, I've already explained how to do hip firing the quickest and easiest way. And the other one is 30 kills shortly after sprinting. Again, another reused camo that we've already seen. You already know how to do that as well. So that's the general special challenges and the military camo. So now explain just some general tips for the gold and the diamond challenges, because it's the same on every weapon. The gold challenge is to get double kills or better with these weapons, and double kills, 10 of them, 10 double kills by the way, 10 double kills or better is very, very easy if you're on small maps. I'm telling you now, because they've got this whole stakeout 24/7 map playlist that's in the game as I'm speaking. It'll probably be gone in about a week or so, but whenever they add these small maps in with the 24/7 variant to them, it's actually a lot more common that you're going to get into games with other people who are moving around a lot, because they're obviously camo grinding as well. So this is going to actually happen really easily, and a double kill or better basically means that yes, you can stack these as many as you like. So if you happen to get 2 sets of double kills, 3, 4, 5 sets of double kills in a life, they will all track as pieces of progress. So one double kill, all right, is one piece of progress. Another double kill is another piece of progress. So it keeps stacking up in ones, and that can be done more than once in a life. On stakeout especially, there is always one specific area that seems to get the most. If you're sitting camping that one corridor with the doors, you can get so many mounted kills just in masses. And also if you happen to semi-camp a little bit in those bedrooms behind the beds on stakeout and wait for someone to come round from the balcony into the room, you can actually stack up multiple double kills as well. But I would actually advise just moving around the map, being a bit more map aware, knowing the corners where people are going to be. This is going to be super simple to do, especially on hardcore. Go in hardcore for this challenge and the diamond challenge. Hell, you could do it for most of these challenges if you want to, because hardcore makes everyone one hit. So I actually found that getting double kills and 3 kills without dying for the diamond challenge is actually going to be really, really easy in hardcore especially. Obviously, it's a bit annoying as well, because you can get killed as well to one hit, because you're also one hit, but at least it kind of makes the general breeze of it a bit more easier. You're going to want to do both of these challenges on really small maps, like the face-off maps. So the 3 kills without dying 10 times for diamond, and the double kills or better with gold. Obviously, as well, it shouldn't go without saying as well that the diamond one stacks. So if you get 6 or 9 kills without dying, they will all stack up as well. So do not worry about it saying 3 kills without dying 10 times, because you probably think, oh, I've got to actually do those 10 times, but you don't. It can stack. So that's the general advice. Anyway, that's the challenges explained. So now let's get to ranking these babies. This is going to be a very, very difficult ranking, because like I say, these are all fantastic SMGs, and this is why I really don't know where I want to put them, but I'm going to probably tie some of them for some places and others might drop below. So I think the first one we're going to put at the very very top, and we're really cutting it fine here, but I feel like it's going to be the Tanto .22 at the very top. The Tanto seems to have zero recoil. That thing just absolutely kicks ass, and I actually found that it was really fun, and I think even in the beta as well, the Tanto was actually one of the most meta weapons at the time after the Jackal PDW got nerfed. So the Tanto is actually going to go right at the top for me. Then in second, I think I'm going to tie it with the PP919 and the C9. These are both fantastic SMGs as well. The C9 basically just being the MP5, and obviously the PP919, as I said, is just the Bison. So these two are guaranteed going to go in second because they're just amazing. Then for third place, I'm probably going to go with the KSV because again, it's a really good gun. And then we're probably going to go with the Jackal PDW and then the Compact 92. Now, like I say, they aren't actually bad, any of these, but I will say the Compact 92 had less ammo than most of these guns, and it did feel a little less strong compared to the other ones. But like I say, very difficult to rank. I might even regret that ranking afterwards and think that, oh, the Bison's better than all of them or whatever. But as far as what I experienced when playing, that was probably the most accurate ranking I could go with. But anyway, that is the SMGs done. That is now every gun done, so you guys don't have to see any more of these diamond weapon class videos anymore, for the better or the worse, I guess. And now I'll get on to the Dark Spine and also the Dark Matter camo grind. So that is going to be interesting. We're going to get those by the end of the year for sure. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a big like on this video. It helps me out, and leave a comment as well to push this video in the algorithm. YouTube likes it when you guys do that. And so yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye guys.